Good day and welcome to our class, metric space. Before we talk about metric space, let's also talk about metric. When they say that metric simply means a distance, that is distance between 2 points, is what we call metric. So let's define metric in terms of analysis. We have the definition here. The definition is this: let S be a non-empty set, and let this R be a set of real numbers. We define this function D such that S cross S maps R. We define this function. We say that this function D here is said to be metric if for any three elements in S, Y, Z, the following axioms are satisfied. That is, this D is called metric if the following axioms are satisfied. The following axioms: the first one, D of S comma Y is greater than 0. So this one is non-negativity. As we have defined metric, it means distance, and for distance it must be non-negativity. So it must be non-negative because distance between 2 points is always positive. Also, D of S comma Y must be 0. That is if and only if S is equal to Y. Also, D of S comma Y must be equal to D of Y comma S. This is a symmetric property. And finally, D of S comma Z will be less than or equal to D of S comma Y plus D of Y comma Z. So this is the well-known triangular inequality. So if this D satisfies these 4 conditions, then we say that D is a metric. So we now define a metric space as space S comma D. So it's called a metric space. So if it is ordinary D, then it's metric. But if you now have X and D together, this space will be called a metric space. So now we now move to examples of metric space. So examples of metric space. The first one, let R denote the set of real numbers, and let D, this our D, let it be defined as this. So we say that D is a metric. In fact, we always call it a usual metric on R. So let us show that this D is indeed a metric. If we want to show, then we need to show all these 4 conditions. So let's prove it that this D is a metric. So the proof, we are given that D of S comma Y is equal to S minus Y. And remember, this is an absolute value. So we have known that absolute value, you can write it as, since the absolute value of any number is always positive or 0. We know that by definition of absolute value. So therefore, this thing will be greater than or equal to 0. It can never be less than, since it's an absolute value. So without anything, this one is satisfied. So the property 1 is satisfied. Like this, we need to show that it is positive. So, and we can see, this is the reason why it's an absolute value, so it is positive. It is greater than or equal to 0. So number 2, we need to show that D of S comma Y is 0 if and only if S is equal to Y. So what we want to show is that if D of S comma Y is equal to 0, we have to show that S is equal to Y. Now let's show it. So if we show it, this will be D of S comma Y is S minus Y equal to 0. And by absolute value, if absolute value of this is equal to 0, by definition, S minus Y must be equal to 0. So which implies that S is equal to Y. So we have proved that since it is if and only if, what we have there, if and only if, that is, we have to prove backward as well. So I cannot say conversely. So if S is equal to Y, we need to show that D of S comma Y is 0. And how do we show that? We just need to follow this back. That is, if S is equal to Y, this will imply that S minus Y will be equal to 0. If you put absolute value on both sides, this will be equal to 0 as well. And this definition simply means d of x comma y. So this is equal to 0. So we have shown that if d of x comma y is equal to 0, x is equal to y. And if x is equal to y, d of x comma y is equal to 0. So we have shown it. And the third one is the symmetric property. We have to show that d of x comma y is equal to d of y comma x. So that is, this is d of x comma y. It is given as absolute value of this, our usual metric. And we can write it like this, minus y plus x, which can be this. But absolute value will negate this negative. So it will still be y minus absolute value of y minus s. And absolute value of y minus s is simply y comma the distance between y and s. So we have seen that d of x comma y is equal to d of y comma x. And finally, you are going to be writing it that property 2 is satisfied. Here, property 3, I don't want to waste my time writing it. So property 3 is satisfied. Let's check the property 4. 4 is the triangular inequality. So let's pick s, y, comma z in real number. So let's do this. S comma z by definition will be x minus z, absolute value of x minus z, which can be written, which can be manipulated like this: x minus y plus y, then minus z. So what we just put there is minus y plus y, so that whatever we are writing there is still the same thing as this. Now, by our normal triangular inequality in our real analysis, so triangular inequality in our real analysis, if you still remember, it says that absolute value of a comma b is less than or equal to absolute value of a plus absolute value of b. So if you look at this, this is our a, this is our b. So this will be less than absolute value of s comma y plus y minus z. S minus y and y minus z. And this simply means d of s comma y. And this one simply means d of y comma z. So we have now seen that d of s comma z is less than or equal to d of s comma y plus d of y comma z. So it satisfies the fourth condition. So this is the fourth condition. It satisfies the triangular inequality. Hence, our d here is indeed a metric space. So let's take another example. We have another example here. Let S be a non-empty set, and let this D be defined as this. So we say that D is a metric on X. So this metric, we call it a discrete metric or a trivial metric. Now let us show that it is indeed a metric on S. Now, the first thing to prove is this one. We should show that it's greater than or equal to 0. And without any stress, the first one, you will see that d of s comma y is equal to 0, and d of s comma y is equal to 1 by definition. You can see here, by definition here. So this has shown that d of s comma y is greater than or equal to 0, because this one is greater than 0. This one is equal to 0. So in that case, we write that property 1 is satisfied. So the second one, so we need to show that, in fact, we don't need to show here d of s comma y is 0 if s is equal to y. It is there by definition, so we don't need any trouble in proving that, because it has been given in the question. As you can see here, that d of s comma y here is 0 if s is equal to y. So that one has been given. Sorry, this thing should be if s is not equal to y. That is what is there. That is what should be there. If s is not equal to y. This one is if s is equal to y. This one is if s is not equal to y. So this one is done by definition. So you put it there by definition. So finally, you write that property 2 is satisfied. As you can see, the first two properties are satisfied by the definition. Now, let's move to the third property, which says d of s comma y must be equal to d of y comma x. Now, our d of s comma y is this 0, 1. If s is equal to y, if s is not equal to y, this thing can also be written as this 0, 1. If this one, if y is equal to s, I can change it. I can write it like this. And if y is not equal to x, we see that this simply means d of y comma s. Since we wrote d of s comma y as this, s is being written before y. Definitely, if I interchange it, this thing will just be d of y comma s. So property 3 is satisfied as well. So we write it. And finally, property 4, so which is where the work is. So we need to consider 3 cases for this property to be proved, because we want to prove the triangular inequality case. So we want to prove this. So for we to prove it, we need to consider 3 cases. So consider 3 cases. So case 1, let's consider when s is not equal to y is not equal to z, s is not equal to z as well. If they are not equal like that, we see that d of s comma y will be 1, because the question says, the definition says, if s is not equal to y, d of s comma y will be 1. You will see that d of y comma z will be 1, and also d of s comma z will be 1. Let us now see whether it satisfies the triangular inequality. And triangular inequality says d of s comma z must be less than or equal to d of s comma y plus d of y comma z. Is this thing true? Let's check. So this implies d of s comma z is 1. Let's check this. This is 1 as well. By what we got here, this is 1. So this will be strictly less than. 1 is less than, this is 1 plus 1, which is 2. So this implies that 1 is less than 2. So it is true, because we know that 1 is less than 2. And this thing says it's either less or equal to. So since we have at least one of the 2 signs there, so we have 1 is less than 2, and we know that 1 is less than 2. So in that case is satisfied. Let's consider another case, whether it will satisfy this. 2. Let's consider a case whereby s is equal to y, s is equal to z, and let's say y is not equal to z. So we are going to consider these cases. So we are considering a case whereby s is equal to y, s is equal to z, but y and z are not the same thing. But if you look at this case, you see that this case is not possible. So far s is equal to y, s is equal to z, definitely they must be equal to each other. So in that case, the case we are going to consider is when they are all equal to each other. So in this case, if they are equal to each other, d of s comma y will be 0, as we have known. D of s comma z will be 0. Finally, d of y comma z will be 0. So by triangular inequality, d of s comma z must be less than or equal to d of s comma. Now d of s comma z, this is 0, 0 plus 0. So this one holds for equality, because 0 plus 0 is 0. So this 0 is equal to 0. So left hand side is equal to right hand side. So it's still under this, because it is either less than or equal to. And final case that we should consider, we will consider when s is not equal to y, s is not equal to z, but y is equal to z. So let's consider it. in this case, d of s comma this is 1, d of, by definition, this is 1, but the last one is 0. So let us now write out this triangular inequality, which is this. Now d of s comma z is 1, d of this s comma y is 1, plus this is 0. So that will be equality sign there. This is 1 equal to 1, which is true, that 1 is equal to 1. Here 0 is equal to 0. The case is true. So in that case, the three cases are satisfied. So hence we cannot say that hence D is a metric on R, and that completes the proof. So let's consider another example of metric space. Another example here, we say that let D be a metric space. Then let this D be a metric. Then another E divided by this is a metric. You can see that this E depends on this D. So we say that this E is also a metric on R. So let's prove it. So without stressing ourselves here, the first one is easy to prove. You can see that since D is a metric, then d of s comma y is greater than 0. So since we have said that d is a metric, so if d is greater than or equal to 0, then definitely this one too, and if you substitute that here, this one too will be greater than or equal to 0. So this simply means that e of s comma y will be greater than or equal to 0. So property 1 is satisfied. Property 1, we write it there, is satisfied. Now let's consider the second condition. For the second one, our aim is that if you have e of s comma y is equal to 0, we must show that s is equal to y, and we show it in other way around too. Now let's first show this. Suppose that e of s comma y is 0. So by definition, d of s comma y over 1 plus d of s comma y will be 0, because e of s comma y is equal to this. So this will be 0. And this simply will mean that d of s comma y is 0 if you cross multiply. So d of s comma y will be 0. And since d is a metric space, and we say that if d is a metric space, whenever metric is equal to 0, this will imply that s is equal to y by definition of a metric. So we have shown that if e is 0, then s is equal to y. Also, if s is equal to y, we must show that e of s comma y is 0. Now let s be equal to y. If s is equal to y, now if s is equal to y, we know that d of s comma y must be 0, since d is a metric. Now let us now substitute it in our this thing. Our e of s comma y is this. Since d of s comma y is 0, let's put it there, 0 over 1 plus d of s comma 1 plus 0. This will be 0. So we now see that when s is equal to y, e of s comma y is 0. So property 2 is satisfied. So the property 3 is very easy to prove. So that one is e of s comma y is d of s comma y over 1 plus d of s comma y. This can be written, since d is a metric, since we have said that d is a metric, definitely it must be symmetric. That is, I can interchange it like this. D of this will be y comma x, and this simply means e of y comma x. So therefore e is symmetric. E satisfies the property 3. Now we need the last property, which is the triangular inequality. So this is number 4. So we now move to the triangular inequality aspect of it. Now let's keep this. Let's recall what we are doing. E of s comma y we know that all E of S comma Z, we know that that one is D of S comma Z over 1 plus D of S comma Z. Because our real aim here is that we want to show that E of S comma Z is less than or equal to E of S comma Y plus E of S comma Z. And that is where work is. But let us first take note of this. So, by definition of what they call it, since D is a metric, we know that this will be less than or equal to D of S comma Y plus D of Y comma Z. We know that over 1 plus D of S comma Y plus D of Y comma Z. Let me call this one equation 1. So let us now recall that if A is less than B, there's an inequality that says so, and you can verify yourself. 1A this is less than B this. That is, whenever A is less than B, then A over 1 plus A will be less than B over 1 plus B. So it's provable, is what we can prove. For instance, if we say that 2 is less than 3, what we are saying is that 2 over 3 will be less than 3 over 4. So that is what we are trying to say there. Now let us now apply it here. So that means you can see this over 1 plus this over 1 plus this can be less than this over any of the two. Or if you continue like that for better understanding, let's write it little. If we say that this will be E of S comma Z will be less than or equal to, I can write it like this, D, let's write it gently so that you understand it, plus S comma Y, S comma Z plus the second one. So what I've just done is that I've transferred these two under this one under these two on top. This is 1 plus D of S comma Y plus D of Y comma Z. Now I can now apply this inequality here. So this will be less than or equal to D of S comma Y over to be 1 plus D of S comma Y plus D of Y comma Z over 1 plus D of Y comma Z. So we have applied this inequality here. So that simply means that if this is equal to this, it will be less than equal to we can say that A is equal to B. It is vice versa. That is, if this one too holds, then A is less than B. That is what can make us to remove this. And also, if you don't even want to follow that, by removing this will be less than this one. So it's just that you're having 4 over 2 plus 1. 4 over 2 plus 1 should be 4 over 3. You will see that it will be less than 4 over ordinary 2 if I remove one of this. This will still be lesser because 4 over 3 is 1 point something. But 4 over 2 is 2, is less. So in this case, this will be E of S comma Y plus E of Y comma Z. So we have now seen that Y comma Z is less than or equal to. So it satisfies the triangular inequality. So hence E is a metric. So there are other metric which we are going to give the example without proof, but there are some metrics too that we need some inequality to prove it. Like, look at this example now. It is this inequality that made us to prove this triangular inequality. I will normally encounter many of these when it comes to metric. So we are going to consider some of these, but before we consider some of these, we need to consider what we call Euler and Minkowski's inequalities. We need to consider these two. So in our next video, we are going to consider the other. So these two inequalities are very important in the theory of metric. We are going to be using these two inequalities to prove that a metric is indeed a metric. So, and it's always useful when it comes to this third one, this fourth one. So have a nice day. Meet me in our next video.